Hello, and welcome to the Poultry Nerds podcast, where feathers meet fun. Your podcast hosts are Carey Blackmon and Jennifer Bryant. Together, they work hard to bring you the latest news and information from the exciting world of poultry. Sit back and get ready for some exciting interviews and some foul facts on this episode of Poultry Nerds.
We're here with Michelle Sullivan Burns again. Welcome back, Michelle.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here.
Today we're going to talk about your other breed. So the first time we talked about Langshans, and this time we're going to talk about
Crevecour.
So what is the right way to say it?
You can say Crevecour. I've heard Crevecoeur, Crevies, Krebs, Crevecoeur.
Oh, yeah. Crev, that's me right there.
Crevecoeur. It means broken heart.
Aww.
Oh.
And yes, say aw because their story is rather inspirational on who they are or what they are for a bird. But yeah.
We all need an inspirational story. So tell us about the
I was going to say, I got to hear this.
Okay. Long story short, French breed, one of the older French breeds up there with, some people say La Flèche, up there with them. Okay. World War II, the Nazis are coming through northern through France, and they came down through Crev, which is just not even, if I looked at it correctly, and the map was about 30 kilometers from Normandy. And then they came through. Of course, they were eating and pillaging everything as they went through those towns. The townspeople took them and went underground with them of these birds because they are a dual purpose bird. And they saved them from being killed off pretty much. At one point in America, in the USA here, there was less than 100 of them.
Wow.
Breed quality. Yes. And that was only in, let's say, I want to say that was like 2008, 17 or 18.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Recent. Extremely recent. Extremely recent. Yes. Of course, that's more of just a shortened version of the story, but it's rather inspirational of how they are. They're part of the Livestock Conservancy, which I forgot to mention that about Langshan too. They're both. So Krebs are on the Livestock Conservancy. Right now, they're not like under critical or anything, but they used to be a critical level. So just from 2017 to now, there's over 1,000 of them in the USA now. Yep.
I have to tell you, I had to look up in my standard of perfection the picture of them. And I knew when we were texting back and forth, I was like, oh, I know that bird. That's the devil bird. Because
devil bird, yes.
Of its comb. So what kind of comb is that?
That is a V-comb.
The V-comb.
I'm sorry? It's a V-comb. Just a V-comb. Just like I said, La Flat, a Houdan, some Polish. Yep. It's a V-comb.
So that, we're going to get a little technical just because I want to be nerdy for a second. So that one, is it recessive, like a single comb? Or
no, they all have it. They should all have it. It's, don't get me wrong, they come out funky if there's too much weird breeding going.
Okay.
All right. But yes, it's there. And sometimes they're big and sometimes they're little, but the bigger, not too big, but yeah, they're there.
So since this is a podcast and they can't see us, they look like devil horns to me in the picture.
Yeah. La Fletch, just like La Fletch. Yes, exactly. Yep. That's. I'm excited when I saw them, and that's how that started. Actually, I know we talked about that before. Like, how do you get you started? I saw something post on Marketplace, 2 roosters for free, and I messaged her and I said, "Oh, you have 2 roosters?" And this is like January of 18, and I said, "She's literally 2 streets over. Oh, hold on, 2 country streets over that way."
Right.
And I went over there. This is exactly what I said. She goes, "I go, that one's a Polish," and I look down. And I go, "What the hell is that?" And literally, what the hell is that? And she's like, "I have no idea." And she looked it up and we did. I'm like, "I think it's she said it's a Crevecour. I'm like, okay. So I took it home and I named him Tommy Lee because I'm a product of the 80s. 1987, I was 14 years old, in love with Motley Crue and Metallica. So the heavy metal person in me came out and I go, "I need that bird. I need it now. And it's black. It's fantastic. And I need it." And I took it home. And he only just died, just like literally this shoot. So he like outlived like all these other birds. But with regards to, that's how I found out more about hatchery. He is the one that started it, Tommy Lee. He's the one that started for me understanding hatchery quality or hatchery or breeder quality. I did get another Crev from a friend of mine, another female. I named her Pam. So Tommy Lee.
Nice.
Pam is still with us. Pam and Tommy Lee had a baby. I named him Letharius. I called him Lethair. And I looked at him and then I'm like, can I get better? And I want to get better. I want to get that breed better. Who do I talk to? Asked around. And then, of course, Sue Dobson's name came up. And that's how I got in touch with someone. Referred me to Sue. I reached out and then I got some eggs from her. And that was 2000 fall 19. Yeah, fall 19, 20 or spring. No, I did get in touch with her in fall. I got eggs from her in early 20. And that was interesting because we started, it was 21. It was 21 because we lost power. It was the Armageddon here. Remember we had that real bad storm. Okay, so it was 21. We lost power. And one hatched and I named him Neo. And Neo is actually, if you saw Jeff Duguay's book on Crested, that's him. He's on the front. He's that little Crev. That's my Neo. He was the only one that hatched. And I was addicted because when he got bigger and I sent that picture to Sue and she goes, that is what you want. Because Tommy Lee looks nothing like he was hatchery quality, of course. He was smaller. His head was smaller. He had these two little beep. And then Neo came out and he's over here rocketing. And I'm like, I need more of these birds. I fell in love with them. Neo died that summer. That's when we started having really hot summers. But I took Lethair to my first show in West Texas. I took one bird. I went to the West Texas Fair and Rodeo, which is not the Abilene show, just the regular, like a really smaller show. I won my first show. I didn't win my first show. Excuse me. I won my first blue ribbon. I was hooked showing completely. I went and I got my picture taken like people do with their cows. And someone goes, are you getting your picture taken? I go, yeah, damn right. I'm getting my picture taken. My chicken, who I just showed my first ever show. I won a blue ribbon. I don't care how many people were there. I was the only one with the Crev in the Continental class. That's not the point. At some point, I was like, I got hooked immediately. And I said, Sue, I have to have this breed. I have to have more of them. I must dominate the world. And I'm like, I need them. And from there, I got 3 fabulous females from her. Fabulous. Come to find out, one of them, which Sue has not saying I call it a bad habit for her, but she likes to give out her best birds to people. She gave me her Shawnee winner, Oklahoma State winner of 2020. She gave her to me. I'm like, are you kidding me? I named her Shawnee. Shawnee's still alive. She's produced a lot of babies for me. And from there, between Shawnee and Hera, I have won multiple large fowls, multiple champion continentals here in Texas. And I'm straight up addicted. I Crev all the way. Power to the crest.
You know, you can't pronounce it. Just call it Crev.
Krebs. Just call them Crev. All right, CREV, Crev. I love them. I know I could talk about these guys even longer. I think just from the way they look, first of all, I find them intriguing. I find them just where the Lancashire was more statuesque. These guys look a little, I know it's going to sound funny. They look apocalyptic to me, almost like steampunk. I have to. And their requirements are the same almost for Langshan. When I say that, I'm talking about for the black feathering for showing, going to have more of that green beetle color, no purple. And they are a talker at shows.
Okay, so let's describe these birds since people are just listening, because you're talking with your hands for everybody that's listening.
Sorry.
Talking with their hands.
No, I'm not sorry. But yes, I'm sorry if you're listening.
So these are large fowl.
Yes, and they come in bantam.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
They come in bantam.
They do come in bantam, and that's Angela Cruz, Angela Hand is working on that.
So to me, they look a lot like a Polish.
Okay, interesting about that. There is no Polish in them. They've actually had DNA testing done on them. There's no Polish. They're their own breed.
They're side by side in the SLP, and I have them laid out right here. And the tail, of course, is bigger. But golly, they look just like a Polish.
Yes, but they're deeper. They should be very deep. They should be very dorking deep. I've heard that term before. They should be, when you look at the side, we're talking about, you should only see this much of their leg. You shouldn't see, like Polish, you see this much of their leg. With a Crev, you should only see the knee down instead of thigh.
Okay, I see the deeper chest. Okay.
See the deeper chest?
Yeah. Okay, but for just people listening, they know most people know what a Polish looks like.
Yes,
with a big palm on top of their heads.
Yes. It's true. Very globe. It's called globe. It's very this way where, okay, so the difference with Crev, if you look, the whole, even their eyes and then their beard should be covering their wattles and their earlobes.
Okay, so they have a beard. Does a Polish have a beard? I'm not familiar with
Polish come in both bearded and non-bearded.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. It looks like he has a beard and he has like big poopy cheeks.
Yes.
And then he has hair.
Right. Some of these females, my females have better beards than the males. Absolutely. They look like,
Well, they look like they're from an 80s hair base.
They do. Thank you. Yes.
What color do you raise? And what color do they come in?
Okay, they come in, we're talking black is the main variety approved by the APA. In France, though, you'll see them in cuckoo, blue, and white. I would love a cuckoo Crev. Oh my God, that just
like a yellow, like a lemon?
No, cuckoo like a barred rock. Sorry.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay,
friends with a couple of the guys through Sue, the Fred's guys over there that show them. I was like, yeah, they come in some great. I'm like, I need those too, but my husband would kill me. Yeah, the cuckoo color is crazy, but the white is on the white though they call them sport. That's a sport if you see the white.
And maybe Carey knows more about this than I do from ribs, but I think anything that throws out a white, it could be a deer, a whale. It doesn't matter what it is. If it just throws out a white one, that's just called a sport. It's
always called. Oh, I learned something new. Okay.
So it's slang, right? Calling it a sport.
I think that's a good question. I've only heard the term sport. I've only heard the term sport only used in Crev. I've never heard the words because white Langshan or white Langshan because it's an approved color. Mm-hmm. I've never heard that with regards to Crev. Never. Yeah. Only heard the word sport.
Yeah, I think that's just what they're calling their anomaly. So I have black cochins and I had 2 whites hatched out last year. They both died one died within a day and the other one died within 2 weeks. But yeah, they weren't right. Something was off with them. Right.
They're pretty cool looking because if you even look at that APA, even if you just look at Crev, if you type in Crev or on just an image search on Google, you're going to get varieties between 1850 and 1880. You'll see them come like this with the males, but then you see some that are crazy hair. So interpretation on that, because I have some that are wispy, that they go back like this. But man, Vinny up there, his name is Vincent Van Gogh. One of my friends.
You would have been perfect to start our YouTube channel with because of all your
I like to keep going. Okay. So like I said, so there's Vincent Van Gogh, there's Gus, Shawnee. I've got Vivian. No, Vivian passed away. So I got her kid, Sophia. Oh yeah. I've got Tiberius, Maximus. Keep going. I can keep going. Yeah. I get them all cool names, but yeah.
Tell us about the bird themselves. So that black skin, it looks like.
They do not have black skin. It's gray.
Okay.
Like a light gray. I can't. Yeah, it's like gray. Not like silky black. No. More like just an off. It's not white. It's not white. It's just gray. It looks like they have really bad dry skin, but they don't.
I love the descriptions.
Thank you.
They're spot on.
What's interesting is they do lay a cream egg. A cream-colored egg. They don't lay a lot, and they're horrible mothers. Except for one. I have one girl that went broody on me, so I gave her 5 Langshan babies that I hatched out from my boy Maximus. So she has those babies. She's been pretty good. They're horrible. They lay less than maybe 150 eggs a year. They like to die. They'll just decide to die anytime. Look, I'm 3 days old. I'm dead. Look, I'm 6 months old. I'm dead. Nope, they die. Then they wonder why their numbers are so low. Or they keep freaking dying.
Okay, so if they live to adulthood, how big do they get?
Okay, Vinny is big. He's big. I think Vinny's, the last time I weighed him, I think he's right at 6.5, 7 pounds. 8 pounds is really nice because, again, they are a dual purpose bird. Originally, you can eat them. So, but they're not like thick heavy. They're just like, but you can eat them. It'll be a decent snack. It's not like
Tastes like chicken, right?
Tastes like chicken. Yeah, they're fun. I like them. Okay, their characteristic is all over the place. This is probably why I like them. They have ADHD. I have ADHD. We get along fabulously. They are spastic in the cages. Now, it depends on the bird. Sometimes you want to go double cage with them. Sometimes you can't. Vinny, I can go double cage. His tail is long. His tail goes way beyond. Actually, in the book Jeff just did, there's that picture of Vinny with that tail. That's it. No, that's him. That's Gus. Either way, that tail is so long, it seems like it just goes like this. But they're skittish, a little psychotic, and I've tried everything to try to tame that down in them. But however, I do have noticed though, other than me losing Neo, the heat has not really bothered them.
Oh, that's nice in Texas.
And same for I've been trying to, there's a part of me that is almost letting them stay out there and whoever wins the game of life out there because if I can get me some good heat tolerant, large fowl of Crev and Langshan, that's a huge deal down here. If I can get them to get that gene going where it was 105 and Tiberius is still out there hanging out inside the fan. This is great. It's fabulous.
Thing with the cochins. I had them shipped down from New York and I'm 4 generations in and I need them to be heat tolerant.
Yep. I got them heat. They all have cages when it comes to that then, which like I said, that could be a whole separate podcast just around solar fans. There's going to be at least 500, 600 watts out there helping out fans. Big fans. You're talking like fans off of trucks. My husband's a mechanic. We're talking like off of Mack trucks. Those big hooked straight to sun up, sun down. Those fans are blowing, even on my Krebs.
Mm-hmm. So these flighty, spasm-fitted birds, can you free range them or will they stand out there and wait for a hawk to come get them?
Oh, no, they will free range. They do very well free range, extremely well. I don't, on those specifically, I have not chose to eat in any of my Krebs. I just let the gate open and go, good luck. Enjoy. But I keep them. But everybody stayed. And they do not they're pretty smart. That's the best part. They're smart. They're very smart. All my other roosters will get taken by a hawk we have an owl problem here. But no, they're pretty, on that end, they're pretty smart. They'll stick around.
So obviously they've been accepted by the APA because I'm looking at their pictures.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And you show them. And
yes.
Can you buy these birds from a hatchery? Can you get hatchery quality?
Yes, actually, McMurray has them.
Mm-hmm.
Hoover has them. And I think between the two, McMurray has a better quality.
On a side note, and I don't know if this is true about the Krebs, but I read in the newsletter the other day from the APA that McMurray Hatchery is getting more flock certified. I didn't read what breeds they were, but yeah. Maybe you should edit that out, but I don't know. Yeah. All right. And then dual purpose. You said you haven't eaten yours yet.
But you can though. If you follow the Livestock Conservancy, on their pages, they talk about butchering them and and at one point they are a delicacy. Their flesh is a little different. I have not experienced it, but I've read that their flesh isn't like you were talking about chewy on the other ones. They say they're not chewy. It's like I say it would be a delicacy. Where that is, I've only read that once and it was on the Livestock Conservancy, so I don't know where they got that reference. So that'd be interesting.
It may not taste like chicken.
It tastes like, a better chicken than regular chicken?
I'm just teasing.
A better non-chicken than chicken? A better chicken that tastes like chicken, but not really, but better than chicken. This is great. Go with the stomach ache up, and you're
You're
welcome.
cracking me up.
Well, and hopefully our listeners are cracking up driving down the road too, and then the people in the other car are looking at them weird.
I'll send you a link to another podcast, my first ever podcast, that was drinking with chickens. I'll send you that because we talked about how someone's decided to steal an egg out of a stock show. Yeah.
Totally another story. Yes.
So that you would think that sounds crazy, but that actually there were some issues with that at the Ohio National this past year.
Really?
Yes.
People stealing
And I'm like,
eggs.
yes.
See, I don't even think like that. Why? Oh,
So as a breeder, when you have your bird there and an egg comes out, you'll take it and you'll put it in the cage or in something right below it where your stuff is on the table. There were people that were putting them in their pockets and keep walking.
for those people, those are probably not fertilized eggs because the only way to keep a bird in condition is to not let a rooster in with them. Yeah. Ha ha on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
My video got stuck there. That's weird. I don't like it. But yeah, that's actually and then the person who did that actually at the stock show, it wasn't even a breeder. It's just a regular person because that's open up to everybody. Put it in their pocket and then took pictures of what they did, said what they did, and posted it on Facebook. And another thing you might know about me is I am a screenshot lover. I will screenshot the shit out of that. And I kept it. And I shared it with a few friends. I said, look what I just found. And it decided to blow up a little bit. And she got kicked out of the group that she was the admin in here in Fort Worth. And it was a big thing.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. I have a follower of my farm page out of Texas, and she sent me a picture out of one of the local groups down there. And I was so amazed by this picture. Lady who, and I don't have a clue who it was, had a really nice house. You could tell by the finishings and the chandeliers and stuff. And she put up a chain link dog kennel in her dining room underneath the chandelier and put her chickens in there because it's hot outside. I posted a picture of what not to do. I did not know who that picture belonged to. I have no clue who it belonged to. Lady posted, the owner of the picture posted. Apparently she was a follower too. And she's like, I didn't even know who it belonged to. Everybody knows.
Oh my.
Y'all are a little cuckoo down there in Texas. But she deleted her comments really quickly.
That's what happens. And then people obviously they delete things and okay. But yeah, I screenshots I put that hashtag screenshots of forever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to get started with these Crevecoeur, how do you get started with them? Contact you for
I do breed. There are people that are very selective on who they give their eggs to because we do. When I say selective, if you want just a regular, I have no problem giving you a couple of my culls. Hey, have a couple of these, but I don't mean to be selective, but this breed particularly that has less than X amount anyways, that's out there. I just don't want them. I don't want them all out there willy-nilly. I really don't. And talking with Sue, she's pretty much the same. I will troll someone's page until they're all trolled out if I'm going to send them eggs or even birds. But on the Livestock Conservancy, you could actually go, there is a breeder network, but if you want quality seed, Sue has French line crests. That's the thing. You can they've already been bred down. So on other, like I said, there's hatchery quality. Now we found out they're putting Polish in with them. And the main thing, the only reason, how you can tell they're putting Polish with them is because you could tell by their crest. Because you can look right at it and go, that has Polish in it. You can look at the legs and go, that has Polish in it. You can look at the body and say, okay, that has Polish in it. And if you don't want that, then you have to go to a breeder. Sue also, I know. Sue has also sold whatever to Angela Hand. She's up in Missouri. She has her line. And then I have her line as well, which is the French line. And literally, we're talking eggs from France that were brought here and actually hatched out. And it's amazing how that happened. And then, so I have all those lines. So I never want to try to get something not from Sue. Personally, I don't want to ruin that line, because once you introduce another line like that, especially in that bird, it does make a difference. However, I have noticed though that the more with that breed, I need to break away from just not saying mother to son, but maybe skip a generation or two, because I just got one that was just hatched out this past spring. No, fall. She looks like she's been rode hard and put away wet. Her whole head is messed up. Her crest only shows on one half of her head. She's got 4 V combs on her head. But then her sister came out awesome. So if you don't have the right V comb immediately, you can kiss it goodbye. Honestly, you can just let it be free range or whatever. But
is there a breed club for them?
Oh yeah, there is the North American Crevecour Breeders Club on Facebook. Of course, the Livestock Conservancy, but mostly it's the North American, and then North American Crevecour Breeders, and then there's the Livestock Crevecour Conservation Project as well, and that's actually run by Jeanette, who's part of the Livestock Conservancy in Georgia.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Anything else you would like to add?
They're in the Continental class, and for a long time it was like me and some Polish in the Continental. So it's great if you can get some more people in that Continental class. There's a lot of people in Asiatic, like the Langshan is in the Asiatic, but man, I'd love to add that if people really want to show that, at least get into that Continental class. It's an interesting class. You have the Langshan in there, the Crev, and the Polish. So I call it that funky beard and crest group.
It was great having you. Carey, do you want to anything you want to ask about these birds?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you for explaining because I didn't know anything about them.
They're pretty cool looking. They're pretty.
Yeah.
Absolutely, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hope you have a great week. And my first show down here is August 31st. Believe it or not, out there in West Texas. So
thank you for joining us this week. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so that you can receive the new episodes right when they are released. Feel free to email us at poultrynerds@gmail.com and share your thoughts about the show. Be sure to also give us a like and a follow on Facebook. Until next time, Poultry Pals, keep clucking, keep learning, and keep it exciting. This is Carey signing off from Poultry Nerds. Feathers up, everyone.